Hello, welcome to Kapow Toys Presents. I'm your host King Grimlock, and today we're going to be taking a look at Powercore combiner Huffer and Caliburst. Now, Huffer is, of course, the Generation 1 little orange truck guy, and this has been stated by Hasbro to being a homage to that little guy. Weirdly, Caliburst was actually the name of Slugslinger's weapon in Target Master Partner in Generation 1 as well, so maybe Caliburst has had a change of heart and joined the Autobots. Who knows? This is, of course, the first edition of Huffer. How can we tell? Little orange cab. In the more recent run of them, they have matched a paint to that colour, so he all blends into one. Something about that gives it a bit of character though, so I really wouldn't be too fussed if which version I have picked up. Let's have a little look at Caliburst then. Now, he makes a fantastic looking artillery piece. Beautiful, and the silver paint on there matches quite well with the grey. Why they haven't added silver paint on the gun and the other areas, I really don't know, but the detailing on these cogs is simply sensational. Look at the sculpted detail on that, as he would say. Woof. It looks beautiful though, and it is, to a degree, very well articulated, the weaponry. It's just, I don't know, there's something about this that's really good piece, and I can see why they used this as the promotional material for the line, or this pairing. I love the little end that's been added as well, completely unnecessary but works, and the sculpted detail on the gun as well. It just looks the part and looks fantastic. Huffer himself is a nice piece of kit. He looks really well done. He is tidy. Yes, we've got the Powercore blobs on the back, but when you add on Caliburst, it almost ties it together quite nicely. On the underside, where are those other Powercore parts? We don't know. Wow, congratulations Hasbro, you've worked out how to hide them. Huffer himself is beautifully sculpted. Little steps up the side, rivets all over, the panels around there. The joints are well hidden because of it as well. Yes, you can tell the articulation seams, but things like the joints there, because they've put the sculpting in, really works quite nicely. And the paint apps help to pick it out, adding paint to lights, detailing, picking that things out, and the smokestacks. They obviously spent a lot of time and effort on him. They haven't painted in the hubcaps, but I can forgive it because the rest of it is so nicely done. On the underside, yes, we do have a robot without any arms, but in all, this mode isn't Huffer's most important one, because you know what, as a robot he looks sensational. This isn't exactly bad either, and is a really nice update to the Generation 1 guy. This wouldn't actually look out of place on your classics shelf. In all, I am thoroughly impressed with Huffer in this mode. I'm surprisingly impressed with Caliburst, with the amount of time and detail that has been added to him, but more importantly, how impressed I am with their robots. And our good friends in their robot modes, well, Huffer's amazing. Huffer looks fantastic. He looks really tidy, really nicely done. Yes, it's the truck stood up with the arms pulled out, but it works really well. The letdown, really, the only letdown I can think of is the paint apps, because this Autobot symbol is all skewed. We barely see it against the blue, and the head just needs a few more paint apps to pick it out. But you have amazing sculpted detail all over the figure, all over, lay down boy, all over the inside of the legs, all over the arms. I mean, the detailing in here is just simply sublime. And round the back, let's have a look. Look, there they are, hidden away still, and being used as heel spurs. My best favourite use for the ones on the legs. It hides them out of the way. Well done. And he's well articulated as well. Yes, there's nothing in the waist, but overall, you have decent articulation for a Scout class figure. He's not up there with the likes of, what's his blinking name? Leadfoot, but he is a decent piece. Caliburst, on the other hand, I would never say this to a man with a massive cannon on his arm, but he looks a little silly. The arms are just too small. These could do with being a bit chunkier, a bit bigger, because, and they come out of his ears, it's... I've said before, basically, that I'm not always keen for the Minicons to look like robots, but when you're aiming to make him look like a robot, make him look like a robot, make him look the part. And while the colour scheme is fantastic, the head sculpt is amazing on there. You're never going to be able to see it on this camera, but It looks great, and the underslung cannon is really nice. The leg sculpting is beautiful. Those arms really let him down and completely detract from him, completely take the focus away from what is essentially a really nice piece. It's a letdown. It's a massive letdown, because otherwise this guy would have been phenomenal. Maybe if they'd have had these out, put them on ball joints, turned the arms round, he would have been even nicer. You know, you'd had your nice little angel-esque minicon, but as it is, we're left with these tiny little spindly arms on there that just don't look the part. If you're going to make your robot look robotic, look humanoid, then make him, finish it off, make him humanoid. If you're going to make him look completely different, a la Searchlight and Backwind, then so be it. Fantastic, brilliant, have a go. But in this sense, this guy's a letdown in this mode. Which is probably the first one I've ever said about the Powercore combiners of them being poor. I know, shocking, isn't it? Let's have a look at him in his more important weaponry mode, if I can remember how to do it. I can't, actually, I do apologise. That goes up there, that goes up there. I'm going to have to check the instructions. Yes, that's it. There you go, up there like so. There he is as his gun. Now the nice thing is you do have the pegs which don't fit, interesting, but you do have the underslung port that he uses for the weapon on his vehicle mode, and I don't know, there's something very Terminator, Predator-esque about that. It's Arnie wielding his massive Gatling cannon of doom, and it looks fantastic. It's really weird that these minicons don't function well in all four modes. You will either have decent weaponry modes and poor robots, or decent robots and poor weaponry, or decent armour and decent robots, poor... None of them seem to have ticked all the boxes as yet, which is strange, which is, you know, unfortunate, but when you're trying to incorporate four modes into a single piece, it must be very difficult to do. So kudos to Hasbro at least for making this guy look semi-decent in this mode. Now his armour mode, and to let's have a look at this. This is one I haven't transformed into before because I forgot about doing it before I did the review, and I'm not pausing because I'm that kind of idiot. Let's have a look. These come out. That focuses up there and there. You can kind of see where it's going to go. Yes, and they rotate back in like so. Yeah, there we go. Plug you in there, and then we have his armour mode, and again it looks fantastic. It really adds to Huffer. It really brings it forward. You can still use this as a weapon if you want to use it as a weapon, but you know what, it adds to the actual figure, and I guess that's what you want the armour and the weapons to do, is actually lift the figure up, add something new to it, and this guy really does that. This guy looks sensational. Oh yeah, I really like that, if you couldn't tell by my eyeing and squeeing all over it, but that's really nice. It works really well. It's just a shame that that robot sucks a little bit too hard to be giving anything away. Huffer, I think, looks the part. He is fantastic. A wonderful little update, let down only by a few minor paint app issues and a few small problems overall. His articulation is solid, his minicon articulation is solid and decent. It's just a shame those arms are such a letdown. It's a Powercore combiner, people. What do we do with Powercore combiners? We make them combine. And Huffer's combine mode gives us probably the most solid and well designed of the Powercore combiner commander torsos. Everything slots in. Everything has a clip to go into. Nothing is just left for chance. The legs, all they do is pull out, and the clip that holds it into Huffer, to give Huffer his legs, slides down slightly, comes out, and just basically locks in, giving him extra build, extra width. And the same with the arms. All they do is fold up. There's two little clips that they just clip straight into. Not a question, not a problem. Gives it the shoulders, gives it the massive bulk to it. The head sculpt is fantastic. Let's get a closer look at that boy. We can see why this guy got used for crankcase a la Motormaster in the Destrons a la Menasor. And he looks good. He looks good. He doesn't look as fantastical as some of the others. For me, he's not up there with Searchlight, but he looks comfortable. He's balanced. He's poised. He actually doesn't require a week of trying to get this guy to stand upright so I can do the video. I could literally just go, boom, put him down, readjust the camera, and he was there. That speaks volumes to me of the quality of this guy's design. I really feel that Hasbro put a lot of effort into making this guy the focal point and the charge leader in Wave 1, and it shows. Everything about it is really tidy, really good. His vehicle mode is nice, his robot mode is nice, his combined mode is nice. Is he the best of Wave 1? Probably. Is he the most inspiring? Probably not. This guy doesn't have the magical nature that Sledge does, or that Leadfoot does. Or even to a degree that Ice Pick does. But for Wave 1 he is absolutely sublime, and I couldn't recommend enough picking this guy up, either in this variant or in his crankcase variant, the black one with the Destrons, because it works. You know, is there any kibble? No, he's completely tidy. I mean, it's almost unheard of. He's got decent... He's not like Mudslinger, which is kibble-free, but was just a damn mess of parts, and was so narrow that you could barely make him stand up. Again, his power-up birdie. Go on, little Power Master. They always remind me of Power Masters like this. It fits, it works, it goes nicely into it. The blue ties in with the blue eyes that he has in the head sculpt. And it just adds a nice chest piece to him. A chest piece, kind of like, I don't know, Menasau's chest piece. It works really... I'm bishing people. It works really well. It looks fantastic. I honestly cannot say enough to you guys. Get yourself a Huffer. Even if he's the only Powercore combiner you get yourself a Huffer. Stick him in your classic line, because he's not... Oh, this is the most amazing toy ever, but he's solid, he's good, and sometimes that's all you want from a toy, is something that doesn't disappoint, that doesn't let you down, and this guy really doesn't. There is something so well crafted about him. And even his combined mode, I'm enjoying looking at a combined mode. Searchlight maybe go, oh, it looks okay, yeah, that's alright. This guy looks good, he looks solid, he looks like he was designed to do it. And I imagine with the Destrons, with crankcase in the middle, I'm actually keen now, having played with this, to get that set. And I can't stand 5-packs. That's how good I think this guy is. Anyway, this has been King Grimlock. This has been the sensational Huffer and the fairly good Caliburst. We'll see you next time.